I swear, the 7.3 liter diesel is just the loudest vehicle ever made. You ever take on a vehicle project that just doesn't really pan out the way that you wanted it to? Maybe it's just you couldn't get your hands on the parts, or fall behind, you get busy with life, stuff gets in the way and the thing just kind of ends up in your side yard and you don't really know what to do with it because you've already started it, but you can't finish it. Well, that's what this episode is going to be about. What is up, you guys? Matt McAdam here, aka Desert Chief, your host of Chasing Dust, only on Driving Lines YouTube channel. And this is going to be a short episode. I had a couple of episodes lined up for December of 2021, which is this month. We're wrapping things up here at the end of this crazy year we've had. But none of them were able to pan out for several reasons, which is okay because I have them lined up going into next year. So I'm going to have a couple of really cool episodes starting off this next year in 2022. But we're going to have a little bit of a shorter episode this time around because I had to kind of come up with something quick to talk about on this month's show. With that being said, I'm going to give you guys an update on a build you already know about. This is my 7.3 liter 99 E350 diesel camper van that I've been building for like 2 years now. I got this thing in January of 2020, so 2020, pre-pandemic. I bought it to build it into this camper van. And I figured the best platform out there was the E350 with a four-wheel drive swap done to it. And then the best of that platform was the almighty 7.3 liter Power Stroke diesel. So I picked that van up, and I've done a lot of things to it since I picked it up 2 years ago. Not quite with the progression that I wanted to be at by this point. However, a lot of things have been done. And of course, as a lot of you guys know, we've been waiting on a lot of parts out there, a lot of back orders out there right now. A lot of stuff is still waiting on the boat, as they say, out at sea somewhere. So, but it's a combination of things. Life gets busy. You know, I have two project vehicles. I've got my Toyota as well, which hasn't had any headway made on it either. But anyway, today I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the things that I've done to this van since the last time you guys saw it on this channel, which was, I believe, sometime mid-2020. If you want the backstory on this thing, I'm going to put a link right here for you guys to check out about how I bought it, why I bought it, what my plans were, and all that. But for now, we're just going to pick up right where we left off. I'm going to turn the camera around and talk about the camper van a little bit. Also, I apologize in advance if the lens gets some water on it or is a little hazy. It's been pouring rain out here for like a week and a half, 2 weeks now. So yeah, we've been dealing with a little bit of wet weather here in SoCal, which is kind of uncommon for us here. So anyways, all right, so here she is. We got our 7.3 liter Power Stroke 1999 E350 cargo van. This was not a passenger van. This started its life as just a carpet cleaning van. I got this thing with about 304,000 miles on it. I think I've only put about 500 miles on it since I got it. Overall, very clean condition. It was taken care of. It was maintained by the previous owner. Not going to go into too much detail on the history of this thing. However, as some of you guys who are more astute to these vans know already by now, that is not the 99 E350 front clip. No, no, no. This is the 08 and up front clip. I went ahead and found a whole bunch of junkyard parts one day. Got really lucky and I was able to source the fenders, the hood, the grill right here, all the inner fender liners, the headlights I bought brand new, and a couple other odds and ends that is required to convert this front clip to the newer style vans. And I just love the way this thing looks after we did the clip conversion on it. And what really ties it together is this front bumper from U-Joint Off-Road. Now, if you guys have seen some of our other videos from Driving Line, we've done a ton of content with U-Joint Off-Road. In my opinion, they are the best van builders, especially for the E350 chassis out there. They're in on the East Coast, and I got this bumper from them. This is an aluminum plate bumper. It can hold a 12,000 pound winch, I believe. It already comes pre-installed with the worn plug right here, and it even also has a chuck here, an air chuck, so that you can plug in to this pass-through if you have an onboard air system so you can air up your tires. I mean, how freaking cool is that? U-joint, you guys really thought of everything with this bumper. It's got a slot here for a front hitch if you want to mount one on there. I don't have one on mine, but it comes with the recovery points. And I got to tell you guys, this winch plate looks so easy to work with. You just pull this grill out, you can drop your winch in it, install it that way, wire it up, and then you can reach all your control boxes and stuff right here. And of course, the fair lead comes through here, right there. One of my favorite things about this bumper is these holes here for the lights. It's going to be hard to see on camera here, but up here, inside of this slot where these lights go, there's a track system which allows you to mount however many lights or however spacing you want in here, and you can slide them around with the mounts that you can just put in those tracks, and it just makes this thing so modular and so easy. So I was really happy with this purchase, and I already have the rear bumper on order. However, it is on back order, so U-joint's been trying to catch up very quickly to the back orders and get their orders out the door, but I understand how it is out there. It's crazy. A lot of people want their stuff. So I'm patiently waiting for the rear bumper to match this front one, but this is the front clip. Very happy with it. Of course, as I was under there, you guys probably noticed the I-beams are gone. Yes, that is a Dana 60 front axle underneath my van, and it is rolling on it. Does it work? Not yet. So yeah, I did do a four-wheel drive conversion. I was able to find a used four-wheel drive Quigley van kit that came off of a Quigley van. Not my favorite design for a four-wheel drive swap. It is a four-link, four control arm system. They're fixed control arms, and really the Quigley van was good for what it was. Kind of hard to see here, but you can see the arms right there. The brackets bolt onto the frame. I went ahead and put some welds on it too to make sure that they don't go anywhere. And you know, track bar bracket, all that stuff, you know, matches up real nice. Still though, those fixed control arms are no good for a lift with this tire. I'm running 35-inch Nitto Ridge grapplers with Icon Rebound HDs on this van, and it's kind of hard to see, of course, because we're in the shop here. It's a little bit dark, but the tire is actually just too far back in that wheel well, so I need to push this entire axle forward a little bit, and that can be done through a set of adjustable control arms that I need to build myself. So that's the next step for this front end before I start getting drive shafts and T-case and all that stuff hooked up and get the four-wheel drive working. So that's going to be our next step, is just to get this axle pushed forward, get the tire off of the fender a little bit. It's rubbing all over the place back here, so I want to go ahead and fix all that first. But there is an axle underneath it, and it is sitting on its own weight, and it rolls around and drives around in two-wheel drive just fine. Really stoked on this this four-wheel drive swap. Just having it is a huge deal on these vans. Took a lot of the work that we had to get it done, but this axle is super nice. Came with all brand new moved ball joints. I do have a coil spacer on there to give it a little bit of a height. Eventually, someday, I might go to a coilover, but for now, I ordered a set of Fox 2.0 shocks from Agile Off-Road. These guys are known for their van parts, and these are actually valved specifically for this van, and I went ahead and measured the collapse to extended length to make sure that the travel numbers are all correct. So really overall happy with the way the suspension's dialed in on this thing up front. I'm trying to get some light in there to show you guys the shocks a little bit. And there's the Agile Off-Road sticker on those Fox 2.0s. I do have a Fox 2.0 stabilizer right there to match it. So super cool. I'm really happy with the front end of this thing. I'm gonna wrap around and show you guys a little bit of the other stuff that I've done. Don't mind all the leaves and crap. You know, this thing's been sitting in the side yard, so we've had some weather. These mirrors right here, I'm gonna try to trigger this light because that's what I need right now. A little bit of lighting. There we go. So these mirrors are actually off of a newer van. The old ones were crap, so this is nice. They're telescopic, they fold, good for towing, you know, really just a better looking mirror than what came on this thing. So I'm really happy to install a set of those on there. Moving up, higher up, I'm gonna try to extend this tripod a little bit. We've got a roof rack. So check that out. I know it's super dirty up there and you probably can't hear me from way down here, but that is a Pioneer platform system from Rhino rack with their feet kit on there as well. And I went ahead and installed this because it's 100 inches wide, 100 inches long. And it's going to be able to hold all the stuff that I need up there. You know, any extra cargo, whatever it is that I need to put up there that I can't fit inside of this thing is going to go up on that rack. Super modular, very easy to install, and lightweight too. I'm also going to have a Batwing awning by Rhino rack as well on this thing. So it's going to be pretty sweet to have that wraparound 270-degree awning going around it. It's going to be mounted to this. I'm probably going to be doing a road shower as well from Yakima to be able to get like an outdoor shower thing going on the other side. You can mount lights up here. We can do all kinds of cool stuff with this roof rack. So I'm super stoked to start making good use of it. Yeah. Another thing you guys may have noticed is that I now have windows. No, I did not cut them myself. My cargo van did not have windows in the sides or the back of it when I got it, but I was able to, again, go to a junkyard and find a white van. Well, mostly white, but it definitely had a black stripe at the bottom, that had windows in it, and I just unbolted them from the van and, you know, paid for them and walked out of there and came back here and just swapped them onto this van and then ended up selling my old windowless doors to somebody else. Again, yeah, that's just the stock rear bumper on this thing for now, so nothing crazy. Underneath the rear end, not a whole lot's changed in a while, but I do have those Atlas leaf springs that I got from Atlas Spring. These are amazing. They're made for this van. Atlas makes a ton of really cool leaf springs for all kinds of trucks and, you know, applications and stuff. So they were able to hook me up with a set of these leaf springs to go on the back of this thing. And I went ahead and got the Fox Shocks, the 2.0s from Agile Off-Road for the rear as well. So just went ahead and matched the front suspension to the rear and got this thing lifted up nice. It's actually pretty level. The front maybe just a tad higher for now, but I might change that up a little bit and just take that coil spacer out if I can move that tire forward and get the clearance I need. So yeah, a lot of really cool stuff. You guys did see the MBRP 4-inch turbo back exhaust installation. That was the last video I did for this thing. But yeah, so far it's just been a lot of exterior work. Haven't done anything to the inside of this thing yet because I've just been working so hard on all my other projects and getting everything else done, and just haven't had a chance to finish the outside of this van first before I start tackling the interior build, because that's going to be a whole different animal on its own. But she's almost done. So I still have a couple of things to wrap up on this front clip. I do have to still get the hood latch assembly put on. That's not in there right now. I do have to get the cowl back on there, as well as the windshield wipers reinstalled, but those are just small items I got to finish up on the front clip area. For the front end, as far as the four-wheel drive goes, it does need the transfer case installed. I have an NP271 transfer case out of a Super Duty that originally came mated to a 4R100W four-wheel drive transmission. This van obviously has the 4R100W, but it has the two-wheel drive, so I did go ahead and get a four-wheel drive tail shaft housing that I'm going to have installed during the rebuild of this transmission. So once they rebuild the transmission on this thing, I'm going to have them install that four-wheel drive tail shaft housing, and then the NP271 transfer case will mate right up to it. Should be no problem, and then all I have to do is order a front and a rear drive shaft for the new length for the rear and just a completely new front drive shaft to hook up the four-wheel drive. And then I think the last item on the drivetrain there is going to be to re-gear the rear Dana 60 differential to a 410 so that it matches the front, because the rear is a 355 right now. That's what the van came with, and the front end from the Quigley van was a 410 ratio. So that's going to be not too hard. I just got to drive it into a shop and have them do it, because re-gearing is a whole art of its own that I don't want to tackle. So as far as other things, peripheral stuff go, the transfer case actually doesn't fit with the factory fuel tank on these things. So there's a company out there, I think they're in Riverside. I want to say they're called Aero Tank. I could be wrong on that one though. They do sell a 44-gallon tank for this van that actually clears a transfer case for a four-wheel drive conversion. So super easy, super cool. Just going to have them just replace and install that one. Take this tank out, and I'll still have all the capacity that I need to take long road trips and be able to clear that transfer case no problem. So once all that's done, theoretically this thing should be highway worthy. It just needs an alignment and then it's finished up. And when that is the case, I'll be able to drive it around, have some fun with it, until I start to tackle on the interior. Boy, oh boy, do I have my work cut out for me in here. So yeah, it's pretty much just bare in here. All I have is that little slide out kitchen assembly that's just going to be mounted back here at the very back of the van. But yeah, that's going to be a whole nother project, is taking on the insulation and all the wood and all the all the interior bits and pieces that are going to go on this thing. But for now, I just want to get it running and driving. 7.3 liter diesel is an unkillable motor, and this thing runs like a top. It fires right up. I actually did install a gear reduction starter in it to get it to start a little bit easier, so I'll demonstrate that for you guys. This thing's been sitting for about 4 weeks now, and I finally just fired it up to get it into the shop this afternoon, so I can show you just quickly, how easily this thing does fire up. Glow plugs are warm. It's a little cold out there. Just like that. Anyways, you guys, I promise I keep this one nice and short and sweet, but I just wanted to give you guys the update on the van here. Super stoked to get back working on this thing next year. Hopefully have a little bit more time to get some stuff done, get it driving around hopefully in the first quarter of the year, and then start working on the interior to have it ready by summer. I don't know, we'll see. I don't stick to timelines very much anymore, but it has been a lot of fun working on this thing, and I really can't wait to get out there and camp with it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, thank you for Nitto and Driving Line for having this show on their channel. And of course, you guys, if you enjoy this content, please like, comment, share, subscribe to Driving Line and Nitto. We have a lot of really cool content coming out of this channel. But until next time, you guys, it's been Matt McAdam, aka Desert Chief, your host of Chasing Dust only on Driving Line. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching Driving Line. If you guys like this video, consider subscribing to our channel so you'll never miss any of the content we create here. Whether you're into trucks, Jeeps, imports, domestic vehicles, or anything in between, we are here to fuel your passion. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys next time.